Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a question. Is it possible to build legs after age of 50? No. So after the age of 50, man would be prone to lose muscle mass on the legs due to sarcopenia, which is the progressive loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength, often associated with aging. It begins at the age of 30 and accelerates after 50. With some studies show a loss of 1 to 2% per year of the muscle mass. So in 10 years you'd lose like between 10 and 20%. So it's quite a lot. Be aware that sarcopenia greatly impacts your quality of life by reducing your ability to perform daily tasks. It can lead to the loss of your independence and the need for long-term care. And who wants that? Well, nobody. But there is a solution for it. Treatment for sarcopenia includes lifestyle changes. One which you are already doing if you are watching this channel, and that is physical activity. Other one is, well, I hope you're doing the same, a healthy diet paired with regular exercise. This will be the best combo. So what's the difference between sarcopenia and muscle atrophy? Sarcopenia is a type of muscle atrophy, where muscle atrophy is reduction in the size of the muscle fibers, where sarcopenia is a decrease in the size and number of your muscle fibers. The two conditions share common features of muscle loss, but the processes behind them are different. So reasons for loss of muscle mass after 50. With the time, body cells will become less responsive to the signals that build muscle, requiring more protein to stimulate growth. To have more detail, protein consists of amino acids joined by peptide bonds. Anyway, to combat aging, higher protein is recommended for older men, unless you have a medical condition that prohibits you to consume larger quantities of protein. For the maximum benefit, like maximum according to the latest studies, all those studies, I know, it's 3 grams of protein per 1 kilogram of body or lean weight. Of course, the 400 pounds fat slope is not going to eat so much protein like 1200 grams, you know. So yes, you have to the lean and not fat. So for example, for 100 kilos or 220 pounds man would be golden if you hit 300 grams of protein. It would be the maximum benefits whatsoever, according to the latest studies. So for 80 kilogram man or 176 pounds for my American friends, the maximum beneficial amount would be 240 grams of protein per day, and so on and so forth. Another sign of aging are hormonal changes with declines in hormones like testosterone and IGF-1, which affects muscle fiber size and function. However, these levels of hormones can be improved with TRT protocol and growth hormone, human growth hormone, where helps decrease body fat, especially around abdomen, and increase in muscle mass. But this is not a magic pill, okay? GH also helps with faster recovery, where it plays a role in cell regeneration and tissue repair, enhances energy and stamina, so it helps with training. But it also has risks and side effects. One of them is that the GH increase blood sugar levels and lead to insulin resistance. So it promotes the utilization of fat for energy and raises blood sugar levels by reducing glucose uptake into the cells. If it is injected above natural doses, this effect is magnified. So adolescent body, like children and young humans, produce 2.1 IUs of growth hormone per day, or 0.7 milligrams. An adult produces 1.2 IUs per day, or 400 micrograms. However, GH secretion rates decline significantly with aging. So older you get, the less GH body produces. IGF-1 is a protein that consists of 70 amino acids in a single chain. IGF-1 is produced by the liver and production is stimulated by the growth hormone. So I'm training legs twice a week. When I hit quads in one training and hamstrings and glutes in another training, or second training of the week. You really actually need only 3 exercises to hit quadriceps, like front of the legs. So let's get into it. We started with the leg press, narrow stance. So first one is leg press with narrow stance, which primarily targets the outer quadriceps, vastus lateralis. So this variation helps develop the outer part of the thigh or sweep of the thigh. Please don't forget to always keep your lower back pressed to the pad and avoid pushing through the pain, especially in the knees and back. Common mistakes I have seen are knees caving in, so this put stress on the knees. Rather push them out, tracking over your toes. Keep your core tight to prevent lower back grounding. Also, never fully lock your knee out at the top and lower the weight until knees are at least 90 degrees, or have your mobility allows it without rounding the back. Also try to push without lifting heels. Try to push with the whole foot. Anyway, you can change emphasis to target glutes and hamstrings if you place your feet high and wide on the platform. However, to target quadriceps, position your feet narrow and low on the platform. And even if you want, you can do leg press unilaterally or with one leg only at the time. This can help to build stabilizing muscles. It is sometimes considered to be more functional exercise than the two-legged bilateral leg press because it can better replicate sporting or athletic movements when one leg is being primarily deployed. Performing the exercise one-legged may also help to correct strength imbalances between legs. This is because during a conventional or bilateral leg press, one side may be excessively dominant. Working both legs alternatively in a single-legged fashion means each leg has to perform the same amount of work. Hack squat. The hack squat primarily targets the quadriceps, hams and glutes. These muscles, including the vastus lateralis, vastus medialis and vastus intermedius, are responsible for extending your knee and straightening your leg. As you descend in the hack squat, the quadriceps are engaged to control the movement and generate force to move back up. In addition to quadriceps, the gluteal muscles, especially gluteus maximus, which is the biggest from the glutes muscles, are also actively involved in the hack squat. So these muscles located in your buttocks help extend your hips as you ascend from the down position to go up. So the involvement of the glutes contributes to overall strength of lower body. Furthermore, the hamstrings act as dynamic stabilizers during the hack squat. They assist in knee flexion and help control movement on the descent, providing balance and support to prevent excessive stress on the knee joints. As you know, I don't do barbell squats anymore. It's just too risky for me after the age of 50. Hack squat is easier on your lower back and spine since you don't have to support heavy bar on your shoulders. It's more comfortable and stable since you don't have to balance the weight or worry about falling forward or backward. Common mistakes I have seen. One is lifting the heels that will shift tension to your toes, putting the extra stress on your knees. So keep your entire foot flat on the platform and drive through your midfoot and heels. Don't round your back. Instead, keep your back flat, firmly pressed against the pad, and maintain neutral spine by engaging the core. Aim for a good stretch at the bottom of the movement and avoid bouncing out of the bottom position. Leg extension. So what muscles do leg extensions work? The primary muscles that the leg extension work is your quadriceps. So the quads, they have four heads: rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius, and vastus medialis. The quad extension can target each individual part of the quad when the feet are positioned differently, as well as targeting each part of quadriceps differently, separately. This can be also a great way to switch up your training and prevent it from becoming boring with the same variation of the quad extension every week. Position your feet inwards, feet inwards. During the extension will target the vastus lateralis, outer part of your quad, whilst turning the toes out will target the vastus medialis also, your inner thigh, with no movement at the hip. This exercise really activates three vastus muscles, especially the vastus medialis, which is especially active during last few degrees of knee extension. Do not lock your knees at full extension if you are concerned about the knee pain or strain. Ensure you fully contract quads at the top, but you can keep slight bend in your knees to avoid straining them. Focusing on form over weight is crucial with leg extensions. Going too heavy poses a great risk of injury. If you notice that you're jerking the weight up or relying on a momentum, choose a weight that you can control for the entire movement. Focus on muscle contraction, not load. Control the lifting, concentric and lowering, eccentric phases. Pause and squeeze at the top. Thank you for watching, and if you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe button to help my channel. If you have any questions, write in the box below or message me on Facebook or Instagram. And as always, have a great workout, brothers.